A Catholic educator and author is helping young readers to develop their moral imagination. Mr. Mehan's mildly amusing Mythical Mammals combines poetry and the visual arts to teach wit and wisdom together in the service of a holy life. Lauren Ashburn sat down with its author, Dr. Matthew Mehan.
Matthew, welcome to our broadcast.
Thank you very much.
What inspired you to create this illustrated world of mythical mammals? And the alliteration I have to commend you on.
Yes, thank you. That's right. M5 was essentially an homage to Thomas More. I studied him.
Another M.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Whose last name means the fool. You got to play the fool. I studied him and realized how important poetry was for communicating truth and love and friendship. And he spent his life training up at night, writing to practice these arts so that he could bring peace and virtue to his people. And so I started writing some poems at night after teaching.
Wonderful.
And then this thing kind of snowballed over the years into something much more.
On the surface, it's a really fun way for kids and to bring families together, maybe read with your mom and your dad and get them off of their devices.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm wondering what your thoughts are on bringing families together.
I wanted this to be a family book precisely because of that issue of we need a kind of communal way to experience a book again. And then as you grow up in that communal experience of a book, hopefully families, individuals can break out and read on their own more. But that's why I actually made this book have multiple levels. One is little letter blocks for little kids. They can trace the letter.
At the very beginning, right?
Yeah,
so you begin with that at the beginning.
Yeah, and each of the poems has a letter that for the alphabet. So each mammal, B,
the blug.
Exactly, right.
It's like Dr. Seuss. You make up words.
Right.
The blug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Blobular is in there. That's
Culvano, right.
Exactly. Who's sort of a messed up version of a volcano.
He eats rocks down deep in the earth.
But it also has rhyme and meter, which is a little more complicated for older readers, even though the kids like the meter, and it has vocab for middle grade readers.
This was great. I learned a word too in this. So in the back, you say regarding those big black letters, so you give, Mixie the moth, admiring Milk Moon's midpoint, mirrored in a memorable mirror. You need, you have an M in your name, Matthew Mehan. Did that have anything to do with the M's?
Yes. No,
you love M's.
M's. Well, the reason why it's Mythical Mammals is because we actually need to get back in touch with our nature, which is mammalian. Like we're made in the image and likeness of God, but part of that is also that we're made as material creatures. We have a body, and recognizing the material, the mama, the Mother Earth, the mammalian nature of us. Matt Mehan, Gospel of Matthew, he's the human part of Christ, right? The Gospel of Matthew is the humanity of Christ. That's what's on feature in the Gospel of Matthew. I took that seriously as a calling, that I wanted to teach people about the human part, not just the divine part, but the parts of us that are particularly human, which happen to be the mammalian, huggy bear, fuzzy mammal part of us.
Before we let you go, Matthew Mehan, would you read a passage for us from your book, one of your favorites?
My favorite for parents, because I assume parents are reading this one.
Yes, I read it.
Yeah, and it's Christmas time, so it's my favorite for the Christmas season.
The stage is yours.
It's the letter F, the fa-la-las. In winter the children are often misled as visions of Christmas lights dance overhead. Mothers are human and fathers forget to say to their littles what ought to be said. And that makes for children who simply don't know that when pine boughs grow heavy with holiday snow, in the trees there are creatures whose joy is to glow, blinking distinctly a winter rainbow. Children will point at their colors with awe and think that electrical light's what they saw. Alas, with their silence, mammas and papas will fail to speak of the wee fa-la-las. But look, listen, now is your chance. On the glistening snow, the bright fa-la-las dance. Sing in their songs they still sing as they prance. The fa-la-la-la-la, la-la-la chants.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Or, you know what I should say? Magnificent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming here. Dr. Matthew Mehan, author of Mr. Mehan's mildly amusing mythical mammals. Thank you for joining me.